Hello everyone, welcome you all to the fourth video of this series. If you have been following this, you might remember in the very first video I did an introduction to the Edexcel International A-Level UCI number. The second video was about clarifying the term loosely used as London O-Level and A-Level. And then very recently I did another video to differentiate between Edexcel and Cambridge, trying to help you understand it better and choose the most suitable one for you. Today's video is going to be a very quick comparison between local O-level A-level against the international O-level and A-level. In this example, I am going to use Edexcel and Cambridge as my international competitors against the local. Let's begin today's video then. First of all, let's look at some of the key features in local O-levels and A-levels. It already has an established government-run system, from schools all the way to the universities. Then there is a set path. As a kid, when you join grade 1, you can follow all the way up to grade 11, take your O-levels, follow another 2 years, take your A-levels and move to the university. So that path is already set for you. All you have to do is just follow that. The third option is this local O-level and A-levels are very cost effective, almost free. This has helped so many people get an education. However, whether they have made use of it is another topic for another day. The next very important point is you can take this in your own language, or at the same time you also have an option to take it in English medium. Finally, by doing local O-levels and A-levels, you have the option of joining one of the government-run universities. But remember, it has very fierce competition. It's not very easy to join one of them through local system. However, that option is there if you really work hard and get very good marks. Now let's look at some of the key features in international O-levels and A-levels. Under international O-levels and A-levels, there are some key aspects which we need to look at. The first one is there are different examination boards such as Edexcel and Cambridge. There may be other players, but we are mainly focusing on these two today. And then these are internationally recognized, which means you can take them confidently in order to pursue your higher studies. Number 3, these are very flexible. By this I mean, if you remember when we were talking about the key features under local O-level and A-level, I told you it has a set path. You just have to follow it. For example, in local O-levels, there are 8 or 10 mandatory subjects you need to take, whether you like it or not. Some of them may not even need for you to follow your higher studies. However, you must take it. Then you have to pass your local O-level in order to join local A-levels. In Edexcel or Cambridge, it is not the case. You can simply take A-levels instead of O-levels. Or under O-levels, you can take maybe 4 subjects, 5 subjects, 6 subjects, which are key for your higher studies. So that flexibility is there under Edexcel and Cambridge. You don't even need to follow lessons from grade 1 to grade 11, then 12 and 13. You can simply take some of the lessons needed for you to take O-levels and A-levels. So that is very flexible. However, one downside is this is very expensive. From examination fees, and if you want to join a college or a school to follow this international syllabus, that would also incur extra cost. So this is going to be a very expensive option. And also this is only available in English medium, unlike the local system which you had the luxury of doing in your own language. So if you are to take either Edexcel or Cambridge, you have to be somewhat fluent in English language. Finally, By doing Edexcel and Cambridge examination, you can join international universities, colleges, and higher education institutes. Alright, here is a side-by-side comparison between local versus international. On your left-hand side, you can see the clear and set part for the local system. You join preschool, grade 1 to 11, do your O-levels, pass, then do your A-levels, and join the university. But in the international arena, it doesn't really work in that methodical manner. For example, you can do self-studies or some private tuition, do your O-levels and join one of the universities. Or else you join one of the international schools, straight away do your A-levels, bypassing O-level, then join one of the universities. So that international option is very flexible. So you can do in various ways in comparison to the local. So this is a very quick side-by-side comparison between the two. Now let's very quickly look at how you are going to choose your examination board and set your higher education path. If you watched my previous video where I did a comparison between Edexcel and Cambridge, I explained this bit in detail. So in this video, I'm not going to go to all those details. Instead, let's quickly run through this. First step is for you to sit down with your parents and plan your future. What you are going to do. Do you want to do medicine, engineering, mathematics, something else? So set that goal up front. Then start looking at prospective universities or colleges where you can complete it. You might have to do a comparison in terms of their offering and their requirement, cost, whether they are available locally or overseas or a bit of both. So make sure you take your time, plan this properly. Thirdly, you have to check with them what qualifications you need in your O-levels and A-levels. They may tell you, okay, do your O-levels, these 4 subjects, and these are the grades we are looking for, and something similar for your A-levels. They may not necessarily name the examination board. However, be sure to ask them. If they have not mentioned, ask them, right, can I do Edexcel or can I do Cambridge? Then they will tell you. If it is not must for you to do one of these and you have the luxury of choosing whatever is suitable for you, it is good news. What you have to do is get the Edexcel specifications and qualification details, get the same for the Cambridge, do a comparison, look at their specification, contents, how the questions are structured, talk to your teachers, do this comparison in depth. Once you have done it, decide on what examination board you are going to choose and what qualifications and what subjects. It's really imperative you take that time. Don't do this just because your friends are doing it or your brothers or sister did it before you. You must decide this for yourself because it's going to be your future down the line. The next step is for you to set a realistic and an achievable timeline. Don't make it too optimistic because you will be disappointed at the end. Therefore, make sure this timeline matches your higher education goals. Then you have to decide whether you are going to take this examination as a private candidate or join a school. Whatever you do, make sure you take all of these in one channel. You do them through school or as a private candidate. Don't do a couple of subjects in O-level as a private candidate, another couple more through school. That may cause problems when you are trying to apply for your university. And then you are all set to start your O-levels and A-level, which is good news. However, remember, not all things go according to the plans. There is always a chance they may go wrong. Therefore, you must have alternatives, backup plans, plan B, C, and D. That will help you reverse course and find another path in case something doesn't go right. For example, you started doing mathematics and you realize it's too difficult for you. You go backwards, find the next plan, plan B, or one of the backup options, you start studying from there. So this is the best path for you to choose your examination board, qualification, subjects, and your higher study path. I explained these steps in more detail in the previous video, so if you want to have a look at them, please go and check the video where I did a comparison between Edexcel and Cambridge. Now let's look at the last item on the agenda. Okay, we have come almost to the end of the video now. In this section, I'm going to try and take you through some of the common questions which are being asked related to local and international O-level and A-level. First one, should I do international or local O-levels or A-levels? When somebody asks me this question, I want to ask a question in return. Can you achieve your higher study goals by doing local O-levels and A-levels? If the answer is yes, please go for it because it's so much cheaper and it's readily available. Unfortunately, if you can't, you will have to choose one of the options such as Edexcel or Cambridge. Okay, the second question. I have done local O level. Can I do international A levels? Of course, technically you can. However, you have to go back to your study plan. Remember the one you set. If you can achieve your higher study goals by doing this way, go for it. But remember, always double check whether you can do local A levels instead and achieve the same target. If not, you prefer taking London O level and A level, say Edexcel or Cambridge, go for it. This is possible. However, you need to check if this combination would achieve your end goal. That's very crucial. Right, let's quickly look at question number 3. I did local A levels but failed or didn't achieve the desired grades. Is it better to switch to international A levels? This question must be answered by yourself. The reason, you have already done your local A levels. You know whether it's better to go back to it and try to improve on that, or completely disregard it and start from the beginning under international A levels, maybe Edexcel or maybe Cambridge. However, you have to look at two things. First, go back to your study path, the plan you set. Check if you can achieve it by doing this switch and taking the international A levels. Second, look at the Edexcel or Cambridge qualifications, their specification, contents, the questions. Compare it against what you did. Would you find it easier? If that's the case and you can achieve your goal, you can by all means do this switch. Now let's look at one of the frequently asked questions. What's more recognized, local or international? In this scenario, what you need to really think about is not their general recognition either internationally or locally. Whether the qualification or the exam body you have chosen, will it be enough to meet your goals, achieve your targets? As long as that happens, you shouldn't worry about anything else. This is why it's important for you to do your research upfront. If you did your homework well, you wouldn't have to worry about this question at this point. Right, we are now down to the last question, which is a very tricky one. What if I do some O-level subjects in international along with local? This doesn't look like a very good option, does it? Because you are doing an equivalent qualification a bit under local curriculum, the little bit more under international. Of course, you can do this if your higher education consultant or the university has asked you to do that specifically. Otherwise, it's always a good idea to stick to one stream. Once again, go back to your study plan, check whether you can achieve your target by doing completely under local curriculum or whether you would have to switch to international, Edexcel or Cambridge. Guess what? We have come to the end of our video. And I really hope this helped you to better understand the difference between local and international curriculums and the qualifications. Remember, as I have been telling you all this time, it's crucial for you to do this research and in-depth analysis upfront. That will help you mitigate so many unpleasant situations down the road. So it is time for me to say goodbye then. If there are similar situations which I feel would be beneficial to you, I'll be doing some more videos in the future. But once again, I can't promise you a timeline. So I hope you learned something from this video. So everyone, stay safe, take care, and all the best in your higher education.